This Fitness FAQ's calisthenics tutorial is going to discuss how to optimally improve overhead strength for handstand push-ups. You're going to learn the best ways to develop functional growth in the chest, shoulders, and triceps for a dominant overhead press. The secret for stronger handstand push-ups is by replacing the illusion of complexity with the reality of simplicity. Now, my calisthenics family, back to wall or chest to wall handstand push-ups. What's been your experience in training? Which do you think is better and why? I'm about to go deep on all things handstand push-ups. It's time to learn. Sup everyone, Australian physiotherapist Daniel Vadnal here for Fitness FAQs. My goal with this video is to help you with exercise selection relative to your level, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Most people invest their time and energy training the pike push-up at the start of their journey. This is an absolutely perfect place to begin as the exercise ticks many of the correct boxes. The movement pattern at the elbow and shoulder is highly transferable to the end goal of handstand push-ups. Pike push-ups are going to improve hypertrophy and strength in all the muscle groups which need to improve. Perfect, right? Well, unfortunately, the efficacy after a while of doing pike push-ups eventually plateaus. A point of diminishing returns happens to absolutely everyone. Eventually, the reduced loading intensity, thanks to the feet being supported, becomes a bottleneck for future progress. Many people struggle taking that next step, chest to wall handstand push-ups. Put simply, the strict loading mechanics forced with this setup means the strength required is tremendous. The intensity of chest to wall handstand push-ups is far more demanding than anything most people have ever experienced prior, even with strict high volume pike push-ups. This progression is always recommended due to the encouraged hollow body mechanics. Because, after all, the end goal is freestanding handstand push-ups, right? As we can see, there's a very specific technique required. In order to maintain balance, the head and shoulders lean forward while the torso and legs are shifted backwards. One of the fundamental traits being developed for future strength skills is pressing with tucked elbows. Now it becomes obvious why the chest to wall setup is ideal on paper. Pretty much everything is identical, such as forward lean at the shoulders, tucked elbows, and the diagonal body position. You have to be mindful though, when you're pushing from the bottom, you need to think about driving up in an overhead direction. Cheating is definitely possible by pushing into the wall with the legs. This is going to feel awkward and you're going to gain less strength. So what's the best plan of attack if the exercise is too hard? More pike push-ups? Nah. Enter the back to wall handstand push-up. Context, application, and technique mean everything in calisthenics training. Yes, even the sacrilegious back to wall handstand push-up has its place. Hear me out. It's best we begin with the mistakes and incorrect technique for the calisthenics athlete. Having the hands really far away from the wall promotes the classic banana back. Arching the back is a sign of weak shoulders and the body is choosing to use a chest-dominant pressing strategy. A wide hand placement and flared elbow press is going to have poor transfer to freestanding handstand push-ups. Flared elbows improves coronal plane pressing, which once again has poor biomechanical application for advanced calisthenics. Now let's move on to some potential considerations for training the back to wall handstand push-up. When tucking the elbows and minimizing the back from arching, this is arguably a useful intermediate progression. It's got the advantage of more bodyweight loading compared to pike push-ups, yet it's not as demanding as the chest to wall variation. Taking away all the complexity and paralysis by analysis, back to wall handstand push-ups build brute strength. It's undeniable the prime movers being the shoulders, triceps, and chest are going to grow bigger and stronger with increased volume and intensity here. The wall isn't going to dictate your form entirely. It's on you to be in control of your body. You've got to be mindful of keeping a hollow body position and preventing your body from bending in half like a contortionist. It's also on you to be aware of keeping tucked elbows, pressing in the sagittal plane, and focusing on the shoulders moving forward and vertically. There's no escaping the facts. You can't go wrong getting strong. Remember, you can always improve aesthetics and balance separately. To truly achieve unlimited strength gains overhead, you're going to need to train the external rotators. The main function of the rotator cuff during handstand push-ups are to act as dynamic stabilizers. Those external rotators on the back of the shoulder are responsible for keeping the humerus sucked into the glenoid fossa of the scapula. Everyone should begin their rotator cuff journey by starting with the arm by the side and eventually progressing into more of an overhead position. Regardless if you're a beginner or someone who's advanced, if you want to get stronger overhead, do not skip the rotator cuff. You see, our body is very good at keeping us safe and protected. If we have weakness in the posterior rotator cuff, the body is not going to be capable of displaying its full strength. This means increased difficulty when it comes to handstand push-up progression, instability, or even discomfort and shoulder pain. To help you understand what this means in practice, let's use an example of someone who's flaring their elbows with good global strength in their pressing muscles. No amount of cueing elbows in bro, elbows in is going to help them fix this technical weakness. They need to be improving strength in the external rotators in order to keep those elbows in by the sides. Cheers for watching, everyone. Good luck with your handstand push-ups. Now, stop wasting time, start training smarter, go to fitnessfaqs.com to master calisthenics. I'll see you over there.